Hello, welcome to the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management video presentation series. The purpose of this video is to give instructions on how to complete and submit a travel voucher in the OKEM grant system. Let's start off with some important terms. First of all, the travel voucher is an actual request type within the OKEM grant system that goes through a workflow to get a travel claim paid. A travel claim is the actual Excel spreadsheet form that's attached to the travel voucher request in the OKEM grant system for processing. So before submitting a travel claim, let's talk a little bit about prior approval. All out-of-state travel for anyone, state employees and non-state employees, must be approved prior to traveling. You utilize the travel authorization request in OKEM grants to gain approval. There are additional videos over the travel authorization if you have questions about that. All in-state travel that you will be claiming anything other than mileage. So if you're claiming hotel or per diem, then those also must be approved prior to traveling. And again, you'll utilize the travel authorization form in OKEM grants. So travel vouchers in OKEM grants are required for all state employees, both in-state and out-of-state travel claims for reimbursement. For GALT staff, you will upload your travel claims to your weekly timesheets for reimbursement from GALT. So a few references to get additional information: the standard operating procedure, the how-to document, and both the claim forms can be found in the process library. The process library is at process.oem.ok.gov. So the workflow of the travel voucher is a 6-step process. It starts with step 1 with the employee. During this step, the employee is going to be completing the travel claim, which is the Excel spreadsheet, and uploading that along with all the supporting documentation into the travel voucher into OKEM grants. Once the employee's completed that and advanced the request, it will go to the employee's supervisor. During this step, the employee supervisor is going to review the request and either approve it or return it to the employee. If they approve it, it goes on to the travel coordinator. During this step, the travel coordinator is going to review the request, make sure everything's completed, make sure you've uploaded all your documentation, and they will either approve it or again return it to the employee. If they approve it, it goes on to finance, and during this step, finance is actually going to download all the documentation and submit it to OMES ABS for payment. They then will submit it on to the next step, which is the ABS processing, and during this step, OMES is processing the claim and creating the check or the direct deposit to the employee. Finance is going to monitor everything in this step, and as they are paid, they will move these vouchers onto the completed step, which would indicate that they are paid. So just one more time, I want to make sure we stress the difference between a travel voucher and a travel claim. The travel voucher is the request type in EM grants, okay? And the travel claim is the actual Excel spreadsheet that is completed by the employee. So let's just take a look at how to complete a travel voucher. So once you have logged in to OKEM grants and you've gone to your home page, on the right hand side you will see a box that you have all your travel authorizations listed, and then you have your travel vouchers listed. So if you're ready to complete a travel voucher, you're going to click the new link at the bottom underneath the travel vouchers, and then you're going to select which authorization that you received to submit the voucher with. So in this case, I'm going to pick the August 2nd through August 7th Dallas trip. It's going to give you a confirmation. Are you sure this is the one that you want to create a travel voucher for? I'm going to select yes. And you will see it fills everything in for you. Pulled over from the travel authorization, you'll also see the link back to the travel authorization. The next thing you're going to do is make sure the form is correct. You're going to leave the trip number blank, direct bill lodging blank. Travel mode is whatever it is that you took. If we did a public carrier, which would have been an airline, maybe you also rented a vehicle. And then the meals section, you're going to leave blank. And then in the other expenses, you're going to put the date of your first travel date. And so this was for August 6th through the 7th. Sorry, August 2nd through the 7th. So I'm going to put August 2nd. And I'm going to put other. This is always going to be other. And this is going to be the total claim. And I'm going to put in what the dollar amount was for the total claim, which is going to be $2,200. Okay. Advance paid, I'm going to leave blank. You'll see that the $2,200 came down from this and is at FEMA funded. Leave that blank. And then I'm going to upload all of my documentation in this section right here at the bottom of the screen on the right. So I add documentation by clicking Add Document, and then I can either drag and drop the files there, or I can select Choose Files, and then I'm going to select all of my documentation. So you will need to include your actual Excel spreadsheet that you've completed for your travel claim. You also need to include your signed copy of your travel claim. You need to make sure you include all your receipts, and the naming convention would be receipt dash what it was for, your first initial last name, and then the date, the starting date of your travel. So I'm going to include both my receipts. And then you also want to include your final agenda. Again, call it agenda dash final dash your first initial last name and then your date. I'm going to select all of those, click open, and it's going to put them all in the box, and I'm going to select what type. These are all supporting documentation. Leave the internal only unchecked and click upload. Now I've uploaded all of my documentation. I click the submission consent box, and then I'm going to advance it. Here you'll have an opportunity to enter your supervisor's name. So whoever your direct supervisor is, you would enter their name here. If you want to leave a note, you can. And then you click Save and Advance. And then you will see that it's now gone to the department supervisor. I'm going to click Close. And you are done submitting your travel voucher. If you go back to your home page, you're now going to see the travel voucher in your list of all your other travel vouchers with the amount. So you can go back into the travel voucher at any time. You can click on the workflow and it will tell you who it is waiting on right now, and you will be able to see it as it goes through the process. The green line here is the indicator as to what the current step it is in the process. That's the end of how to enter your travel voucher. Please watch our additional videos on our YouTube channel. In addition, watch the video about how to complete your travel claim, which is the Excel spreadsheet. Thank you.